Hello guys, especially the final year BTech and the first year newly joined MTech students. So tomorrow is your registration day. For BTechs, the old registration stands cancelled and you will have to do a fresh registration. The MTechs and the PhDs who are taking part, of course you are fresh, so anyways your registration day was anyways scheduled tomorrow. So here are the few basics on how to choose electives, right? Technically, your course is divided into a core course and to an elective course, right? So we are designing a slot-based timetable systems, which is followed in most other IITs, most other established IITs, and we are attempting to do the same in IIT Patna also. So this is just a walkthrough video that will actually help you understand the nitty-gritties of the slot-based timetable. It's actually very logical and very easy to understand. So just bear with me for a few minutes, right? So this becomes your timetable for all the branches, right? So this is a generic timetable if you see. So irrespective of your branch, whether you are a BTech, MTech, or you are in civil engineering or computer science or anywhere, this timetable does not change, right? As you can see in the timetable, you have A, B, C, D, and you have A1, B1, C1, D1, right? These are the place where your subjects will be filled eventually, right? So these represent the subject, and there is an exception that there is an open elective and an HS elective. The new students, when you enter into IIT Patna, you will come to know. BTech final year already know what is an open elective and HS elective. For that, the slots X and Y are reserved. All right. So the first and the third year students, for BTech, for them, or of course also for MSc, the course will take place, the teaching will take place in the first half, right? The first and the third year, while their labs will be placed in the second half, right? And for second and fourth year, the lectures will be conducted in the second half, while the labs will be taken in the morning slot, right? So this is kept in mind with the strategy that there is always a classroom constraint and not all the students can be accommodated to take all the lectures in the first half, right? So every department will have such a slot structure. Fine. So here we have written some reference. MLX is basically the morning lab for the second and the fourth year. Of course, it includes the MTech first year also, because BTech final year and MTech first year have common courses. Fine. Now, how do you choose your electives, right? Say core subjects have to be taken by every student of the class who is registered. Fine. And there are elective subjects from which you can choose a variety of subjects. Of course, there are some restrictions on it. Also, you can see the exam schedule is also prepared right away. So on the day one, you will know when is your midsem and when is your endsem. The slot-based timetable ensures that your exams will run for a maximum of 7 days, right? So you can, if you want to go home, you can, or if you want to travel somewhere, you can directly book a ticket after 28th November and you are good to go. Fine. So now let us see how do you study this slot-based timetable. Fine. Next slide, I'm going to take you. This is a list of electives that are floated by various departments. Let me go slowly and steadily. As you can see, you have bucket 1, bucket 2, and bucket 3. Now, why did we make 3 buckets? Because irrespective of the curriculum, whether the curriculum is BTech final year, MTech first year, or PhD or MSc, you have a maximum of 3 departmental electives. A student in a particular semester, right now we are working with the 7th semester or MTech first year, you can opt for a maximum of 3 electives as per curriculum. Hence, we have designed bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3, right? So you can assume this bucket 1 to be like a brick, right? That is used in construction. So these are the elective courses floated by various departments, right? So when you are choosing your elective one, you have to choose just one subject from one bucket. Remember this thing, one subject from one bucket. If you remember this simple thing, your job is done, right? So now how do you choose that one subject, right? Do you choose any subject among all the available? No. For that, there is a very simple algorithm that we will actually keep in mind also. So I will start with an example of BTech fourth year SEM 7, right? So let me come back to BTech fourth year SEM 7. Let me start with the Department of Computer Science, right? So you can see here for the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I have a column here open elective. I have a column here saying department elective offered to other department, and I have a column here saying department elective offered by parent department. How do you read this? Department elective offered by parent department will have all the departmental codes, right? So this is a CS branch. So CS has a branch code of CS. So you can see all the subjects are CS, 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 right? These are also elective subjects that are offered to the CS branch, but not by the CS department. So you can see it will have all non-CSE codes, right? It has EE and ME, and similarly for other departments. Now, how to choose your electives? So first most, you actually come to the right hand side. You can see there is a curriculum word written here. On the curriculum, if you see, the final year computer science students have one open elective and total of 3 electives, right? Although numerically it is written 2, 3, 4, but if you count, there are 1, 2, and 3. The computer science department students, who are in final year BTech, have to choose 3 electives. Now, how do they choose 3 electives? As I said, one bucket, one elective. So now you can see in two ways. One of the ways you come to the subject code buckets, right? You can see BTech CSE. So one subject, one bucket, right? One bucket, one subject. So if you see in bucket one, CS 571 is the only subject. So you are left with no choice but to choose this subject, right? Now similarly, what happens in second bucket? Now there are two subjects, CS 564, CS 555. You can choose any one amongst the two, even if you like both the subjects, but you can choose only one subject among the two. One bucket, one subject. Similarly, if you see in bucket 3, you have 3 alternatives, right? In the 3 alternatives, you can again choose one subject. So you may choose this subject, you can choose this subject, and you can choose this subject. This will work for every department across all the streams. Now let me take another example here. Let me come to BTech fourth year, right? Either you can see there or you can directly see it here. You see in the curriculum there are 3 electives. You come here and you see, okay, I have to choose one from every bucket. I see here this is bucket 1. I choose this because I see no other bucket 1. Now if you see for bucket 2, I have 4 choices, right? So let me bold this. So as you can see, bucket 2 has 4 choices. Now I can choose only one subject amongst these 4. I cannot choose 2 subjects. I can choose only one subject among these 4. Similarly, I have chosen one subject. So now what remains? Bucket 3. If you see, bucket 3 again has 3 subjects, but I can choose only one subject. Now, why this restriction is there? Because all the subjects which are in a particular bucket will have their exams at the same time. So let me see, let's say this is bucket 3 and this is CS 544, CS 575 and CS 577. Now if I come to the master timetable, all these 3 subjects will be held on Friday 24th September, the mid-sem, and Friday 26th November, the end-sem, right? So just remember, one subject, one bucket, one subject. Let me come to another a bit unique example. So let us come to the electrical department now, right? In the electrical department, there is a unique case. If you see the curriculum has only one elective, right? Curriculum has only one elective. So one elective means the department can have only one bucket. If the curriculum has n electives, it will have still 3 buckets, but the n subjects will be divided among the 3 buckets. But now you can see the electrical department has only one elective. So you can see the department offers all the subjects, but I have crossed out the bucket 2 and bucket 3, right? Because they have only one bucket. And in the one bucket, they can choose subjects belonging only to bucket 1, right? That is the restriction. So the electrical guys can choose one elective among these 4 which are floated. Let us take an example of the mechanical department. I hope that will make things a bit clear. So mechanical department has 2 department electives and one open elective. So one open elective they can choose amongst this, right? Amongst these 3 subjects they can choose one open elective, and they have 2 departmental electives. So 2 departmental electives means they have to choose one from bucket 1 and one from bucket 2. Remember one thing which is very important, that you cannot have a choice here. You cannot say that let me choose subject, I have to choose 2 subjects for 2 departmental electives. You cannot choose one subject from bucket 1 and one subject from bucket 3. This is not allowed. If you have 2 departmental electives, you have to select from the numeric 1 and numeric 2, from bucket 1 and bucket 2. So as you can see, there are some subjects which are offered in bucket 3 for mechanical department, but they have been crossed out because you cannot take it, right? Similarly, now let us come to the MTech guys. MTech is a fresh admission. MTech, you have the same thing, right? So let us start with MTech CSE, right? I will start with the easier example. So if you can see computer science engineering department, first you have to see at the curriculum. The curriculum screenshot is placed on the right hand side. If you see this curriculum, it will say elective 1, elective 2, elective 3. So MTech CSE also has 3 electives. Fine. 3 elective means now I have to have bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3, and I can choose only one subject among every bucket. Again the same thing, bucket 1 is only a single bucket, so this becomes mandatory. Bucket 2, I have few more choices. No, in MTech I have some more choices for bucket 1. As you can see, I have 3 choices. Right? So I have 3 choices here, so I can choose amongst those, right? But it generally is found that you prefer your departmental electives, so that is your choice. Similarly for bucket 2 and bucket 3, right? So one more example for MTech, for example, civil engineering. If you see the curriculum for civil engineering, you have 3 electives, elective 1, elective 2, elective 3, right? So you have to choose one subject from bucket 1. In CE, you have 2 choices. Amongst that, you can choose only one. From bucket 2, again, you have 2 choices. You have to choose only one. Again, from bucket 3, you have 2 choices. You have to choose only one. Apart from this, there are some other departments which are offering their subjects for the civil engineering department. You can also choose among this. So basically, if you see among this whole matrix, you can choose only one subject of bucket 1, only one subject of bucket 2, only one subject of bucket 3, right? So let us see some other departments which may have a lesser number of electives. So for example, communication engineering, right? The electronic guys. So if you see in communication engineering, the course curriculum says that there are only 2 electives, elective 1 and elective 2. So you have to choose between only bucket 1 and one subject from bucket 2. As you can see, the bucket 3 is crossed out. You can only choose one elective from bucket 1 and one elective from bucket 2. Right? As against this, if you see, scroll down here, right? Mechatronics. In mechatronics, if you see, the elective courses are 3 and you have bucket 1, only one subject. So you have to anyways choose this. Bucket 2 has 2 options. You have to choose one among these 2, and bucket 3 is here. So this also becomes kind of a mandatory. Of course, there are some subjects which are applied, which are given from other departments. So overall, you have to take this particular set or this particular matrix and choose one subject each from bucket 1, one from bucket 2, and one from bucket 3, right? So this is how you need to look. So if I tell you the algorithm, you first come to your course structure, fine, see your curriculum. If the curriculum has 2 electives, then you can choose between bucket 1 and bucket 2. If the curriculum has 3 electives, it can be bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3, right? Let us take an example of MSc also, MSc second year, right? In MSc second year, let us take one example of this one, right? So elective 1 is there in the curriculum. Since elective 1 is there, they can only choose the electives which are in bucket 1. So chemistry department has placed all its elective in bucket 1. Some other departments are also offering, but as you can see, bucket 2 is not allowed for the students of MSc chemistry, right? Similarly, you can see the pattern for physics. Physics has only one elective as per their curriculum. Since physics has only one elective as per their curriculum, all the subjects of physics are kept into bucket 1. Right? Other departments are offering, but as you can see, they have only one elective, so bucket 2 is not allowed for them. Right? So this is how this generic timetable works, and this is how you have to choose your elective. So for the registration, the core courses will not be there. For example, see, these are core courses. No core courses are actually mentioned in the subject code. They are only electives. All this table, if you see, there are only electives. You can see some red boxes here, not available, not available. These are because that particular curriculum has only that many. For example, BTech EE. This curriculum has only one elective in the final year. So other 2 buckets are made not available. So you cannot choose a bucket 2 and a bucket 3 for BTech EE. Right? This is how you read the table. Right? I hope the registration process is pretty simple. You can just watch this video again and again. We are there for you to help out. And thank you for watching the video. And once again, welcome to IIT.